didn't have to happen. There were no preventative measures done, and then that lack of preventative measures turned into the biggest tragedy of our lives.
We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Happening today. The Squeegee kid accused of killing a driver is set to go on trial. We're going to look at the changes the city has made following that altercation. Police leadership is taking center stage today. How the nomination process for acting commissioner Richard Worley could face roadblocks, and a new push to block BGE rates from rising. The city councilman pushing back on the plan. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. Happening right now, Baltimore City Councilman Zeke Cohen is calling for the city to reject proposed rate hikes from BGE. He's speaking outside of City Hall right now. You're taking a live look. Cohen says that at tonight's council meeting, he's going to introduce a resolution to block the rate hike. He's asking the Maryland Public Service Commission to reject BGE's multi-year rate plan. Cohen says that plan would increase gas distribution rates by 61% and electric distribution rates by 31%. The Public Service Commission will hear BGE's case beginning late next month. Happening today, the trial begins for the Squeegee kid accused of shooting and killing a driver near the Inner Harbor. Police say Timothy Reynolds was shot and killed during a confrontation with the Squeegee kid. That kid, Tavon Scott, was just 14 years old at the time. The shooting happened one day before his 15th birthday. He is now being tried as an adult and facing multiple charges, including first-degree murder. Olivia Dance is outside the courthouse with a closer look at the start of the trial. Olivia.
Jury selection in the trial of Tavon Scott is expected to start today, and the trial will likely last 10 days. It's happening downtown right here at the criminal courthouse, and actually it looks like there are some protesters outside the courthouse right now relating to this case. Scott is charged with the murder of Timothy Reynolds, but the defense arguing Scott acted in self-defense, saying Reynolds got out of his car and went after a group of Squeegee kids with a bat. Still images of the moments leading up to the deadly confrontation confirm that, but Reynolds' family spokesperson through Vignaraja tells Fox 45 News video shows Reynolds swung his bat only once but didn't hit anyone. That's when Vignaraja says Reynolds walked away and someone threw a rock at his head. Prosecutors say then Scott shot him. One legal expert tells Fox 45 News if that's the case, a self-defense argument might be hard to make because Maryland does not have a stand your ground law, rather a duty to retreat.
If that individual, prior to firing the weapon, did not attempt to retreat from Mr. Reynolds and the bat, assuming that he was attacking him, then it's going to be difficult to argue, number one, that he retreated, number two, that he was in imminent fear for bodily harm or death, that belief was reasonable, and that he was not the initial aggressor.
There's also the issue of why the teen is being tried as an adult. Fox 45 News obtained court records showing the judge maybe kept the case in adult court because he didn't believe Scott would take advantage of the programs the Juvenile Justice Department has to turn his life around. Court documents also showing the teen has possible gang ties. Now, the trial could have happened sooner, but it was delayed last fall after former City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby demoted the lead prosecutor on the case, accusing the prosecutor of providing court documents to Vignaraja, who is representing the Reynolds family. State's Attorney Ivan Bates put the prosecutor back on the case when he took office back in January. For now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Well, following the shooting, Mayor Brandon Scott created the Squeegee Collaborative. It was a plan to keep Squeegee kids off the streets in a few major corridors in the city. Critics were quick to call the plan a reactive one instead of a proactive plan.
Until there's a crisis, politicians don't feel the need to act. And when you have a city in which one party so dominates, that is typical because there doesn't appear to be any threat to their holding office as long as they eventually act.
Well, this past spring, the mayor also launched Monzi's Baltimore City Youth Curfew. Now, Fox 45 News will follow the trial as it develops this week. We're going to bring you the very latest, both on air and on our website, foxbaltimore.com. Download the free Fox 45 News app to make sure you don't miss any breaking developments. Happening today, Acting Police Commissioner Richard Worley will be formally nominated to take over the police commissioner's role permanently. That nomination set to happen during tonight's City Council meeting. It comes amid unanswered questions about former Commissioner Michael Harrison's departure and about Worley's residency. The charter requires him to live in Baltimore City. He had been living in Anne Arundel County. Now, one of the first big trials for Worley was the mass shooting at the Brooklyn homes. It has been 2 weeks since the shooting that killed 2 people and injured 28 others. Police have not arrested anyone in connection with the actual shooting. A 17-year-old is now facing 2 riot charges in connection to the incident. Those charges were added Friday. He's already facing various gun charges. Authorities say the teen was seen at the party with a gun. There is a $28,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest in the case. Acting Police Commissioner Worley says there could be 3 suspects. 11:05, and here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number 1, a major grocery store chain in Brooklyn Park closes its doors. Lidl opened just 3 years ago, but now it's closing up shop. It's just the latest Baltimore area business to close amid rising reports of crime.
There's a lot of junkies here. There's a lot of shoplifting over there, so they catch people all the time on camera.
I'm not sure where another grocery store is close by here, so I think they're going to have a hard time finding another place.
Last month, Eddie's in Mount Vernon closed its doors after more than 20 years in business over fears of safety. Giant Foods has also considered leaving the Baltimore area because of the cost of crime. Trending number 2, an hours-long barricade situation in Annapolis ends peacefully. Police say they were called to a home where a person was having a mental health crisis. Officers were there for about 6 hours before the situation calmed. Trending number 3, 2 men are charged with an armed bank robbery in Glen Burnie. It happened just before noon Saturday at the Wells Fargo right off Ritchie Highway. Police say 1 man fled into Baltimore City where they were arrested after being barricaded inside a home. Trending number 4, Prince George's County man is arrested accused of impersonating a police officer. The Greenbelt Police Department says last weekend Carl Colston Jr. impersonated an officer, pulled someone over, even displayed a badge and a weapon. Police say the person recorded the incident, which led to Colston's arrest. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Still ahead, what counts as a first date? A woman is going viral after she reveals she turned down a first date after the guy suggested they get ice cream. We're going to see what you're saying about that coming up. And singer Elton John is called to testify in friend Kevin Spacey's sexual assault trial. The timeline the singer is portraying, that's ahead. And an Alabama woman who disappeared for 2 days after calling 911 about a toddler stranded on the highway has returned home. What police are revealing about the mysterious case.
Temperatures are going to be heating back up. Good news is we're not as humid for Monday afternoon, and we are tracking some more storms rolling in later this week. So typical summer-like weather hanging around here. 94 for our high both today and tomorrow, with overnight lows barely dropping into the mid-70s. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll take you through your hour-by-hour future scan and let you know if those storms are going to impact you.
And as we go to commercial, we're taking a live look once again at a news conference being held by City Councilman Zeke Cohen, who was just speaking. He is speaking out against BGE rate hikes. We're going to have much more on this on Fox 45 News at 4 later today. 11:10 and taking a look at your social stream. Missing Alabama woman Carly Russell has returned home safe 2 days after she called 911 to report a stranded toddler on the side of a busy highway. The 25-year-old's parents believe that the child was being used as bait to lure their daughter out of her car. Police say Russell was dropped off at her home 2 days later, appeared to be in shock. It's not clear where she's been since her disappearance. Police said that they were going to give her time to recover before interviewing her. A lot of people following the story. Reaction on social media today. Truly happy news. Cue the countdown to rumors of what happened. In short, it doesn't matter. She's home safe. Another person saying it does matter if this was a hoax. Something is very off with this story. Well, new developments in actor Kevin Spacey's sexual assault trial overseas. Elton John has been called by the defense as a witness. The famous singer testified about an annual gala he hosts at his home that the actor attended. He testified Spacey only attended in 2001. That conflicts with an accuser who says he was attacked by Spacey at the party in 2004 or 2005. Spacey, who has lived in Baltimore for the past 6 years since he started filming House of Cards, has denied the allegations. Here's what you're saying about it. My problem with these two, that they could have gotten out of testifying for the defense if they wanted to, but they clearly didn't want to get out of it. Winona Ryder hired a former DA to block her testimony at the Depp trial. Elton John, worth $550 million, could have done the same. Michael saying they're being questioned as part of Spacey's defense, not defending him. There is a difference. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is nearing $1 billion. Right now, it's about $900 million. This is the third biggest prize in Powerball history and the seventh largest in U.S. lottery history. The odds of winning are roughly 1 in 300 million. Today also marks National Lottery Day, so maybe it is a good day to get out and get one. Lena says, okay, I'll buy it now. Dean, not so sure. It's just silly when the numbers get this high. Nobody should get that much. They'd be just as excited about $1 million. All this means is far more people will buy tickets, so your chances of winning big are far less. He's right. I'd be happy with $1 million. We're still ahead. Tell your boss you're taking a half day. It may not make much of a difference when it comes to productivity. We're going to look at a new study and how it says productivity declines as the day stretches on. But first, it's happened again. Another train derailment, this time just to our north. We're going to take you to Pennsylvania for a look at the damage. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. 11:13 now on Fox 45 News Midday. $11:15. Look at that haze. We're back with a live look over at Towson. We are starting the work week off in the 90s, though things will be dry today, but that won't last long. Stay with us. Coming up, meteorologist Justin Chambers will share when the rain will return. That's all coming up in your full Weather Authority forecast. Making headlines, another train derailment, this time in Pennsylvania. Looking at the scene here, this is in White Marsh Township. That's right outside of Philadelphia. Look at that right there. Emergency crews say a 40-car freight train owned and operated by Norfolk Southern derailed. At least 10 of the cars are believed to be off the tracks. Businesses and homes are being evacuated as a precaution since that train is reportedly carrying hazardous materials. The type of material has not yet been confirmed. Officials say there are no reports of injuries. Mississippi is beginning the process of allowing religious exemptions for state-mandated childhood vaccinations. It comes after a judge ordered Mississippi to join most other states in allowing religious exemptions. That happened back in April. There are only 6 states without religious exemptions for school immunization requirements. Maryland is not one of them. Russia is pulling out of a deal that allowed Ukraine to continue to export grain through the Black Sea during the war. The Kremlin told reporters on Monday that Russia is halting that agreement. The United Nations and Turkey brokered the deal last year, attempting to prevent a global food crisis after Russia invaded Ukraine. A Kremlin spokesman said that Russia will return to the deal after its demands are met. Russia and Ukraine are 2 of the world's top grain exporters. Coming up later today on Fox 45 News at 4, she says police are not securing her family's safety in the way they promised. The mother of one of the Brooklyn Day mass shooting victims is demanding help tonight. Then at 5, what does the mayor's girlfriend's organization do and how much money was it given? We're looking into just how much taxpayer money has been going to people with ties to City Hall. And at 6, new developments in the trial of a Squeegee kid accused of killing a driver. What we're learning from court. We'll have more on that tonight. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash to your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:17 and now to today's talking point. Employment experts say there's a new work pattern emerging. According to the Wall Street Journal, workers are zoning out during what's typically the last 2 hours of their shifts. According to Microsoft Teams data, meetings scheduled from 4 to 6 p.m. are down 7% from last year. So what's behind the change? Well, the survey finds more flexible work rules and hybrid schedules are letting workers focus on other things like family activities, gym workouts, beating traffic. Typically, work that could have been done in that 4 to 6 time frame is often made up later on nights or on weekends. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. And if my end of work day is at 6 and you schedule a meeting for 5, I'm not coming to that either. But for us on this kind of schedule, you know, we don't relate to that because we're on air for the majority of the time we're at work. So there is no downtime. Yeah, we don't have the stringent, like you said, the 9 to 5 or the, you know, there's a trade-off there. But yeah, I get it though. Like you're sitting there at the desk, you're like, oh, it's leg day today. Right. You're like, why start something new? It's about time to, you know, start wrapping things up. I'm not going to start something new. I can see exactly what's happening there. And I think after COVID, we all, you know, people that did have the stringent schedules, you're kind of rethinking everything. You're like, you know what? Because, you know, I think a lot of people could say, like you said, I could fit more work into this time. Right. And it's a whole just different mindset. That's all. And like they said, a lot of times you're still working once you get home. So if you can leave at an earlier time and not sit in traffic for the next hour and a half, that would be worth it to me. And then wrap up whatever you were going to do at home. I mean, it just makes sense. Once you've got the kids to bed and you're sitting there, I don't know. Why not? Be flexible. I think the employer should be flexible. You know, we talk a lot about work when we do these things, don't we? We do. Work, 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 work. Little Rihanna there. All right. Oh, well played. Heat advisories are now in effect for most of the U.S. In California, temperatures at Death Valley are forecasted to reach 128 degrees. Phoenix, Arizona, poised to shatter a record as temperatures there surpassed 110 degrees for 2 consecutive weeks. Here at home, taking a live look from our harbor and our Towson cameras, we're expecting temperatures back in the 90s today. Still not what they're seeing. Before a closer look, let's get over to meteorologist Justin Chambers.
Continuing to track that extreme heat throughout the desert Southwest. This is one of the thermometers that's in somebody's car, basically just off the chart right there. And look, it is always hot out in that part of the country this time of year. But when you have that excessive heat for a large amount of days, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days in a row of temperatures 110 plus, that's when things get into the dangerous category. Now, we'll have more heat today for us here at home with low to mid 90s as we take you into the afternoon. The good news is not going to be nearly as muggy as it was over the weekend, but still well above average by about 5 degrees in terms of our high temperatures. 94 is where we'll end up for the afternoon. Less humid. Sun's up until 8:31 tonight. Not really tracking much in the way of storms, but notice the dew point trend. We keep the dew points in the mid 60s today, so still a bit sticky out there, but then upper 60s and lower 70s later this week. That's when it gets into more of that kind of muggy and stormy weather pattern. Upper 80s and lower 90s for Bel Air and Elkton over to Chestertown and the Eastern Shore. 92 in Stevensville, across the Bay Bridge to Annapolis, 89 and 94 in Baltimore City. Keeping those low to mid 90s for Philly and Baltimore, down through D.C. today, and heading down the ocean, mid 80s at Ocean City. Beach is looking pretty good. We're talking about numbers in the low to mid 80s for the next couple of days, and overall staying dry. It's going to be warm at Camden Yards tonight. Dodgers are going to be in town as those O's continue their hot streak, 8 games in a row, going for win number 9 in a row with 87 for that first pitch. So, future scan. We look to stay dry for the game tonight. We'll see a few clouds building up. You'll get those summertime pop-up thunderstorms to the west of us, but a better chance of a few more of those popping up into tomorrow afternoon and especially into Wednesday and Thursday. That's when we have more of a stormy weather pattern that will be setting up around here. Here's your exclusive 10-day forecast. So mid 90s today and tomorrow, those lower 90s as we take you through the end of the week. But notice what happens for the weekend. We actually are going to stay mainly storm-free and drier conditions with temps in the lower 90s into early next week.
All right, Justin, thank you. Still ahead of the busy summer travel season, United is out with a new deal for its pilots. Coming up, how that could put pressure on other airlines. And the strike in Hollywood continues. Just how many actors are joining writers in their demands for fair wages? 11:22, you're watching Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25, don't miss this. The Hollywood actor strike continues. The Writers Guild strike is now joined by the Screen Actors Guild and Writers Guild in demonstrations. The actors lend a more known face to the two unions' joint purpose of fighting for control of artistic creativity and newer technologies such as streaming services and artificial intelligence.
What we won in 1960 was our health and pension plans and the existence of residuals. That was the most important negotiation in LA union history. And now we're on strike together again. And honestly, this strike is even bigger because SAG and AFTRA have since merged. And so now, you know, we in a sense have three unions on strike together.
About 65,000 actors union members have now formally joined the writers on strike. Productions that require scripted content are now shut down until agreements are reached. Pilots with United Airlines have reached a tentative agreement with the airline on a new 4-year contract. The new deal will give pilots a substantial pay raise, up to 40%. The Airline Pilots Association says the agreement also includes better retirement benefits, job security, and addresses quality of life issues. The deal comes as pilots with American and Southwest are renegotiating deals with their unions. This summer, Sinclair is partnering with the National Diaper Bank for Sinclair Cares Summer Diaper Drive. Scan the QR code to help your local diaper banks provide diapers to children and families in need. Donate today for a healthier future for our little ones. And if your family is struggling with basic needs for your baby, go to sinclaircares.com. That's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Patrice, I love you, but I don't want to sleep with you. Apparently, that's what more and more couples are telling one another. Coming up, we'll chat about the growing trend of a sleep divorce. What? Stick around.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
What's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle Live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with author, producer Devin Wilkins. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let me tell you right now, a new survey is revealing just how hard it is to get a good night's rest. A survey from the American Academy of Sleep Medicine finds a 1 in 3 Americans is getting a sleep divorced from their spouse. They're moving on from sleep masks and earplugs and moving into a separate room. Many of those surveys say it saved their marriage by prioritizing precious shut-eye. Lady T.
Oh, why you got to
Your husband, would
tell
you
me.
do that? Would you leave him because he snore too loud? You got to get up early to do this show?
No, it's going to be a competition because I snore too. So it's just going to be a back and forth song. It's going to be,
when you get married, would you actually move into the other room just to get some sleep, or are you just going to put up?
So I'm going to need another room because I need that closet. Okay, baby. I'm going to need that closet. So forget sleep. I'm like, I need the closet space. But you know what? Honestly, we have a lot of people like sleep really terribly because, a lot of people suffer from sleep apnea, like myself.
Yeah.
And, honestly, you're going to get that snoring for a second.
You're gonna get these snoring.
Once you hit over 30, you're snoring, baby, because you're
Devin,
tired.
You're a single man. Once you get married, your wife is up there snoring and farting, are you going to move to another room, or are you going to just deal with it? You're going to take it?
Might go to another room, man.
That's how you feel?
Let me tell you, young people are soft.
Yeah, this is not how you
gotta
solve
stay together.
situations. You have to stay together.
Whatever,
Through gas
snores,
and things.
different temperatures. You gotta take it out.
Yeah, I know.
Dead arm.
It's weak sauce out here. They don't stay together like they used to,
fine.
Mark.
A woman's post on Reddit is going viral after she revealed she turned down a first date after the guy suggested they get ice cream. In a text she posted online, she writes, "Sorry if this may come off as rude, but I don't do ice cream dates. I'm a 26-year-old woman, and a date like that seems like absolute bare minimum for me."
Wow.
I'm curious about this. Lady T. Hey, I'd love to grab us some ice cream. No, thank you. What is your take, Lady T?
Sis is probably lactose intolerant. Sis is probably lactose intolerant. I think that's really what her issue is. Because honestly, an ice cream date, yes, okay. Especially if a man gets me a McFlurry from McDonald's and the ice cream machine is working, you might as well propose. You might as well have proposed if you did that.
Lady T, because I gotta be honest, Devin. I thought Lady T, because she does get flued out. I thought she might be well. So Devin,
you thought I was gonna be a little bit like.
What do you think? Are you shocked by that? You are out there. You're out there in these streets. Devin is out here singing.
I'm with you. I've seen you in the streets. Look, I've seen you in the streets.
So, ice cream date, would your feelings be hurt if she got that note from her?
That's funny.
Yeah, it would.
You're like, that's so old school.
Right? Yeah, that's real love right there.
When you see it in the movies, it's beautiful. Yeah. Like when you see them going on those little ice cream dates,
You take a lick? I take a lick.
You take a lick? Oh my God. What do you have? I want some too. And it's like, yeah, it's supposed to be cute, I thought.
Well,
I don't know.
I want you to tell it. If someone's asked you out to get ice cream on a first date, would you go? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, you're already on social media, so why not get paid for it? According to a new report, Twitter is now paying some verified users for their tweets. Select verified users will now get a portion of ad revenue from the tweets. The move is seen as a new way to compete with the Meta-based Threads platform. Lady T, 1.5 million followers. Now, Twitter is on the down. Would you,
no, that's not me.
Would you stay with Twitter to get paid? Or are you trying out these? There's a couple new apps out there.
There are.
Are you staying to get paid? Or are you going to?
Definitely ready to break up with Twitter. I'm definitely ready to see other people. I heard Threads is good.
Okay.
I don't feel like Twitter is going to make it at this point. And they keep making me upset because they keep, after like, you can only see a certain amount of tweets at this point.
Yeah.
And they limit you. And then they're like, oh, they throw you off. So I'm not feeling Twitter right now. Sorry.
So Devin, you do a lot of events. Twitter's a powerful platform.
Yeah.
What's your take on this?
Oh, I got rid of Twitter just recently. Like, it took a break of it. I just
and did it even affect your life?
No. It was too much intake of the same other people's thoughts. I just had to get rid of it.
I will say, Threads.
It didn't even hurt.
One move Threads did was it's kind of splashier and easy to use. You can add your video.
I like that.
The colors.
Easy to digest. Like
easy to digest.
Oh, well, I'm about to hop on there too. I haven't started my account yet, but I'm about to hop on there too. So
same.
Bye-bye, Twitter.
Well, and you know what? Speaking of that, though, you guys are both use social media really for your brand.
A lot, yeah.
So, Lady T, what is your go-to? What's your go-to platform? Honestly, which one do you use?
Okay, well, Instagram is, because I'm the FBI out here, so Instagram. I love because you can see everything everything on Instagram. So IG, I love. But you know what? I'm old school. And you know, Facebook is apparently for old people, but that's what Gen Z says.
That's
and
right.
I love Facebook still. I just think it's so cool
So
how
Devin,
the different things you can do on
you
there.
monetize things. Which one is your go-to?
Instagram.
Everybody is IG.
Facebook.
And TikTok is my new
you guys
obsession.
you guys both share the same information. You're both single. Who knows?
Wait a minute.
Still ahead. We'll see you later in the show. Still ahead, boosting your social media presence, how you can elevate your posts with new fun, eye-catching graphics. But first, understanding your health means more than just knowing the number on the scale. Coming up, how to elevate your wellness routine. Don't you leave us. We got a great show. Stick around.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
If you're ready to take your health and fitness to the next level, then today's your day. Stacey Bell shares a money-saving deal on a new addition to your wellness routine. She'll explain in America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
If you're like me and everybody in your house is on a health journey, this Counto digital scale is really going to help you maintain a healthy lifestyle. I did a lot of research and I'm so excited about this. I'm going to show you what you get when you bring it home. But it is a digital scale and it gives you 12 different body measurements, not just your weight, because our weight really fluctuates. So this is going to give you more information, like you'll get your BMI, your bone index, and your basal metabolic rate. And if you're a new mom, it's really cool because there's a baby growth setting and you can put it in baby mode. And if you're an athlete, like I have a lot of muscle men in my house, you can also measure your muscle mass. I don't like getting on a scale. I do not, but knowledge is power, and this gives me so much information. It's really been a game changer with my health along that journey. This pairs with any smartphone, so you can take all of that data on this scale, and it's going to be on your app. Now, let me tell you how this works. The science is a little bit much. The scale can measure all these things. All you got to do, you step on it. It uses bioelectrical impedance, which measures how easily an electrical signal can move throughout your body. I know it's a lot, but that signal is going to move faster through muscle, so it can help you track what's muscle and what's fat. This is such a great deal and a cool product. Right now, we're offering 38% off the Counto scale. Head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Adobe Express.
If you feel like your social media game is weak in the design department, you are not alone. Creating appealing graphics to boost your photos and videos can be difficult without specialized computer programs and a deep knowledge base. Adobe is offering a solution for amateur motion graphic artists. Tech expert Andrea Smith gives us the rundown.
In the know, Adobe is helping you level up your content creation.
This summer, let your creativity run wild with Adobe Express. This all-in-one content creation app makes it fast, easy, and fun to create and share standout social media posts, videos, images, PDFs, flyers, logos, and more. If you can imagine it, you can make it with Adobe Express. Generate stunning images and text effects using just a description with the integration of Adobe Firefly's generative AI. So get creative. Make the letters in your pool party invites look like pool floaties. Create unique backyard barbecue menus or turn your summer photos into a video montage. You can remove backgrounds in an instant, turn videos into GIFs, and with thousands of templates, it's easy to add some summer fun to all your design projects.
Adobe Express is free. Visit adobeexpress.com to learn more and start creating designs for everyone you know.
It's a perfect summertime snack that kids are sure to love. And as Cooking Mom Annie Shanton shows, there are just 3 ingredients.
Hi there, I'm Amy Hanton, the Cooking Mom, and today I'm going to share one of my favorite appetizer recipes. Just 3 ingredients. My kids love these. Your family will too. They're perfect for the big game or movie night. We call them sweet little pigs. They're sweet, they're salty, and you just can't stop eating them. So the first thing you want to do is you want to pick up some little smokies. They're already pre-cooked mini smoked sausages. And then we've got some bacon and some brown sugar. So you basically want to cut the bacon into small pieces, just enough to wrap around these little smoked sausages, and then skewer them with a toothpick. I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. This is a good opportunity to get the kids in the kitchen, kind of create a little assembly line. They can help make these. I always say, you know, if you don't teach the kids to cook, they're not going to learn how. It teaches them motor skills, teaches them how to measure, and then they're more apt to eat what you're cooking. So if you've got picky eaters, get them into the kitchen, help them, you know, learn to try different things. And trust me, they're going to love these. So you get them on a cooking sheet, a baking sheet. I line my sheet with foil because these are a little sticky and a little messy, and that will protect your baking sheet. Sprinkle them with some brown sugar and pop them into the oven. They bake off really quickly. They only take about 10 to 15 minutes. You just want that bacon to be nice and crisp, and the sausage should be heated through. The brown sugar gets nice and caramelized, and let me tell you, these will be a winner. They're a little bit hot when you pull them off the baking sheet, so be careful, but make plenty because, trust me, these will be the first to go. And there you go. Enjoy. As I always say, cook up some memories, and we'll see you next time.
Still ahead, a love story through the decades. The father-son bond one family is shining a spotlight on, and in the process, it's inspiring others at the same time. And coming up, the producer of the Baltimore by Baltimore event joins us live in studio.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
The last time I talked to Devin Wilkins, he was producing the Baltimore by Baltimore event with Waterfront Partnerships on our early morning segment. He joins us today on the couch. What's up, Devin? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How you feeling?
Well, look, first of all, let's hop into it. Tell us about the work that you do.
I have an organization called Meeting Where You Are, going to detention centers at the Baltimore Youth, Baltimore City Juvenile Justice Center. Weekly, they have dialogue circles with young men, provide resources to try to change the narrative that we have in the city and help them in any way I can possible.
And so, you know, I definitely want to join you on that. That's amazing, okay?
Yep.
So tell us about the coloring book.
I created the coloring book called The Black Baltimore Renaissance, highlighting some figures in the city, giving young people and people all around a chance to color people that look like them, and just see the array of talent that we have throughout the city, from artists, culinary artists, musicians, entrepreneurs, everything.
I love the fact that you had, you know, you not just our old people, you know, I mean the historic people, but young people like Gervonta Davis and younger people. I think that was so important, especially when you're talking to young people, letting them understand that it's not just it's not just our old leadership, it's also the young people. And of course, thank you for this amazing shirt. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
And so, you know, the last time I talked to you, you were producing the event. We did the hit that morning. How did it go? And what are the takeaways from your event?
It went great. It was overall, I felt satisfied. The people loved it. It was 8 hours of fun. The rain stayed away. The forecast it held up for us. The people enjoyed it. It was a great day. Smiles, love, everything that I wanted in the community, and they showed out for 8 complete hours of fun.
And you're working with our young people. Devin, what do they need, and what would you like to see more from the community as you know, actually help us deal with our young people?
Just need people to be just really down on the ground to help and genuinely want to help. Less photo ops, like I say, and really be present and providing resources that they could take away to change their lifestyle and give them a chance to evolve like I had a chance to evolve later on in life as a 34-year-old man.
And what's misunderstood about the young people? Because again, we see them on television, we hear about them, but what are we missing?
The human part, like these are real people. It's not just a statistic, a number. That's a person. Person that lost their life, that's a person that's going through struggles, that's a person that needs help. We need to really be there and not just cast people away. So that's my thing. I'm just trying as a one person build a team and go in here, go where I go, just to help and encourage. I know I'm not going to change everything, but I'm just going to try to be a vessel to try to help some way, somehow.
Well, that's what impressed me about your event. You actually do have a team of young people working together, and so it kind of speaks to, again, that doesn't get talked about a lot either, as far as young people who are helping the young people. So thank you for all that you do. For those who are watching, how can they participate, how can they help, and what do you need?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Meeting Where You Are. You can follow the website to get some of the books, MWYALLC.com. Just reach out to me on those social media platforms, or also on on my website, and I'm here to help in any type of way. Any resource you guys can help. I'm trying to go throughout the city, get more books through the school system everywhere, and we're working on another volume, so to get another one out in the streets and get to touch the people.
I love it.
The next step.
Well, thanks for all you do, man.
Man, thanks for the opportunity.
And heal up, okay?
I will.
Now over to Justin with the best weather in America.
Well, more of those clouds hanging around. This is the Cumberland Plateau in Tennessee. Used to work out in this part of the country. And overall, not a bad afternoon. You can see some of those clouds building there. That air quality has been not so good in areas around Tennessee, the Northeast, and even here at home as we get into the afternoon. We are getting more of that wildfire smoke in the upper levels of the atmosphere. But we're going to be heating back up for your Monday. Not as humid, however, in the afternoon. So we're not talking about the oppressive dew point temps in the low to mid 70s. We are tracking some more storms, though, a little bit later this week. Checking out your hour-by-hour forecast, low to mid-90s taking you into the afternoon. The average this time of year is 89, so above that number. But the dew point trend, at least for a day, we keep those dew points a little bit more in check. Still on the sticky side at 64 degrees, but notice the upper 60s and lower 70s. More moisture streaming in as we head later into the work week ahead. Upper 80s and lower 90s continuing for most of Carroll and Baltimore counties for your high temperatures Monday afternoon. Howard and Anne Arundel counties also in those lower 90s here for Ellicott City and Elkridge, down through Glen Burnie and Pasadena. And you can see not too bad down the ocean if you want to get a little relief there, hanging out the beaches in Ocean City and Rehoboth. We're talking about low to mid 80s for the next few days. That water temperature still 77 degrees. And if you're heading out to the ballpark tonight, the O's taking on the Dodgers, 7:05, first of a 3-game set with 87 for that first pitch temperature. And Probably throwing some heaters down there will be Grayson Rodriguez, called back up from the farm and at Camden Yards tonight. Future scan looking pretty good. We see mainly clear conditions. A couple of build-up thunderstorms. You'll see those to the west and to the north as we get into Monday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon, a little bit better chance of a few more pop-up showers and storms. Really, Wednesday and Thursday is when things get a little bit more active as this frontal boundary is kind of hanging around. We tap into some more moisture, and late Thursday into Friday will be our best chance to see some of those showers and thunderstorms more widespread. We do keep 90s going, mid-90s today and tomorrow, and then lower 90s all the way into the weekend and into early next week.
Here's a heartwarming story from Seattle about how a father and son have stayed connected for 40 years.
A child loves a simple game, and the father loves it because the child loves it. And then at some point, it all stops. And so it goes through the passage of time and the turning of generations. But what if you were to refuse to let it stop? Steve Peters shows up at Hillwood Park and waits. Dennis Peters walks from his assisted living home a few blocks away. He is 80 years old. He comes here to see his son 3 or 4 times a week.
See, I got the glasses. I'll get over here. You get down here.
Yeah, okay. They've been coming here to this park for 40 years. And then one day a car pulls into a parking lot in Soto. Dennis is inside, blindfolded. Steve is driving. They get out. The two of them get on a cart and they take a little ride.
Ground's about 2 inches. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Keep coming.
Steve leads his dad through a hallway adorned with greatness.
And we're going to go for a little walk. You'll feel a little dirt here. No steps or curbs. Keep coming.
When I was growing up, I saw so many guys my own age who would say, you know, I don't know if my dad ever really cared about me. I don't know if my dad ever really loved me. And I said, if I ever have kids, that's not going to happen.
And stay right there, just for a second. Don't move. Stick your mitt on. 1, 2, 3, go. Take it.
What the? Holy crow. How the hell did you pull this one?
High five.
Jesus.
Give me a hug. Let's throw.
God.
Are you ready?
Unbelievable.
I've got you.
I'm not usually at a loss for words, man. But... So what's really important? This minute right now. This catch, that throw, those birds flying up there right now. Live today, right now.
A child loves a simple game, and the father loves it because the child loves it. And then at some point it all stops. But these two men refuse to let it stop. Why not play catch forever?
Come on, man. If you're not tearing up on that one, I don't know, man. Awesome. Still ahead, a woman is giving her date the cold shoulder after he asked her out for ice cream. What you're saying about dating etiquette coming up.